much.
Why do I owe an apology?
That's right.
We'll talk about
That's right.
the Cavs.
I mean, I know G has crushed them. Did I crush them? I think there's different levels here.
We'll get to it when we talk about the Cavs, but this first NFL segment is brought to you guys by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, you can check out all the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to join today. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
You know, it's funny, Mike. You say people owe apologies, and it got me thinking about how, like, during the summer, people were so angry about where the Browns were in the power rankings, where Deshaun Watson was in the quarterback power rankings. And I remember,
because it was Caleb Williams hasn't even taken a snap, and he's ahead of Deshaun.
and I remember people saying, "Well, listen, at worst case scenario, the Browns win 8-9 games." And well, no, that ain't happening.
And guess what? We're gonna do the same thing this year.
100%. Go ahead, Mike.
So the Browns kicked off NFL trade deadline day early this morning. Now, Mike Flory reported during the game in the second quarter that Za'Darius Smith was going to get traded Sunday or Monday. It happened. It just happened on Tuesday morning. The Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns agreeing on a trade today, sending Za'Darius Smith to the Lions plus a 2026 7th-round pick in return for a 2025 5th and a 2026 6th-round pick.
I mean, if you get traded for pretty much useless stuff, does it really count as a trade?
This ain't a trade.
Listen, the good news is
this ain't no trade.
He's back in playoff contentions.
We don't care. We don't care about his playoff contention.
What?
No.
They did right by him. They sent him. He's towards the end of his career, and they sent him to a conference or a division that he's very knowledgeable about because he's played for three of the 4 teams in that division.
That's true.
He's gonna have a chance to go to the playoffs. He's gonna have a chance to earn us some money. What?
In the words of all my good friends in the media that have been there for years and years that like to say the same thing, this was a nothing burger. This move was fringe at best. Like anytime you got to say 2025 6th and then 7th the next year, carry the 1. Yeah. Minus pi.
When you're carrying the 1, it's over.
It's over.
Where was he on our sack leaders? Was he second?
Second behind Myles Garrett.
I'm surprised they couldn't get more than a 5th-round pick.
I mean, that's what they traded.
The Panthers got a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo.
Well, he was a 2nd-round pick, though.
But what has he done?
The answer is nothing.
I don't understand. I mean, I know the Cowboys are stupid the way, they don't know what they're doing, but
I'm guessing, Bull, Za'Darius has this year under contract.
Yeah.
Next year, it's not guaranteed they can cut him, get out. It could be legitimately an 8-game rental, which is why the price goes down.
I hear you.
It feels weird. He's a much better player than Mingo.
Yeah, I know it doesn't.
So who is it? Ogbo? Was that who the other starting DN gonna be?
Ogbo or Isaiah McGuire?
Right. What about Alex Wright?
He's hurt.
He's hurt for the season.
Yeah, remember?
Where was I for that?
He tore his triceps week 2
against
Jacksonville.
I forgot about it.
My goodness. Like this move. We knew it was coming.
Yeah,
that's why I had to say y'all really sit here acting like this.
We not. I'm not mad at it or nothing. It's just.
My thing is if you're stocking picks. Ultimately, it comes down to the same question: do you trust the guy to make the right pick?
Yeah,
we gonna stockpile picks. Do you trust the guy that's in charge to take that pick and get the right player?
Man,
that's the question you gotta ask yourself. Personally, I said the Browns are rebuilding while staying competitive. That's what they're doing. I truly feel.
Well, they're not competitive right now.
Well, whatever.
They're 2-7.
It's not like they're gonna absolutely just go nosedive and just tank. Like I don't think you can.
You mean like next year?
Period. Listen. Jimmy is giving y'all got 4 years to get this thing together.
Yeah.
When that dome open, I need this thing packed. We gotta have the greatest show on turf in 4 years, 4 or 5 years. That's all this is about to me. Like a lot of the players that we sit here and we talk about, they probably not even gonna be on the roster for the dome.
Again, I hate to belabor the point, but it's just about finding the quarterback, right? I mean, look in the last 2 years. Houston turned it around. Why? They got a good quarterback. Washington this year turned it around. Why? They got a good quarterback. That's it.
Well, they got new ownership too.
All right, sure, but if they had not drafted Jaden Daniels, would they be going to be a playoff team? If they had drafted Drake May, I mean,
So
not fair to Drake May.
So
maybe,
which quarterback do you think has
I
that
don't
effect?
know. I'm not enough of an authority on it.
Again, it's always a crapshoot.
Yeah.
The crapshoots. What did I do with them dice I had? I don't think I put them back in my
Tyvis
bag.
got loaded dice.
I was shooting dice by myself when Steve walked in.
This to me, you know, you set off the defensive end or whatever the case may be. I think people are a little naive, and I think people don't understand the cumulative effect of losing. If you continue to lose, and I feel like they even lost this, like, all right, you sold Za'Darius Smith off at a Halloween store on I-71 where all the fireworks got to go after the 4th of July. Like, you got these little 5th or 6th or 7th round picks. Bro, you can't. He hasn't hit on 3rd round picks. I mean, Siaki Ika was like just unequivocally.
Whoa!
What you mean?
Cedric Tillman turning into something.
I mean, that's 1 out of 4.
Martin Emerson. So he had a couple of bad weeks.
Andrew Berry overall.
He had a couple of bad weeks.
Andrew Berry overall is not drafted
has he
well,
been bad
Tyvis.
the last 2 weeks?
All right. So the thing about Martin Emerson is
What?
he lacks the thing that you need to be good at his position.
Which is?
Speed.
It's not true. I know a guy that people call is going to be a Hall of Famer. He ran a 4.5 something, and he's slow as molasses.
Richard Sherman?
Correct.
Well, his first of all, it's a different scheme.
Why?
Martin Emerson, they be putting him in man coverage. You know Richard Sherman.
Yes, he did.
Man, Richard Sherman is his own guy.
He played. How you gonna tell? First of all, I played there.
Is he better at man coverage or zone, Tyvis?
Man.
You for real?
Yes.
I feel Richard Sherman is better at zone.
Listen.
And isn't Richard Sherman like?
Wait a minute.
Y'all-
How y'all gonna tell me what he played? I was there.
I'm not telling you anything.
I was there.
How much did y'all play, more zone or more man?
It was 50-50. So this is how it worked. So back when you was in Seattle, I always said that you could pick somebody up off the street and they could come play corner for Seattle today because it's a simple thing. If they call cover 3 and you got 2 receivers to your side, it's a third. If it's 1 receiver to your side, it's man. Or they're going to call man. It was either 3 or 1. And if it was 1 dude to your side, it was man anyway. So therefore, he played man.
We got sidetracked. Richard Sherman,
But also
compared to
real
Martin
quick,
Emerson, is crazy.
Richard Sherman's like insanely smart, isn't he?
Stanford.
Some people, you might feel that way. I
don't know. I'm asking you. You
No,
know the man.
no, he's
You don't think
not.
he's insanely smart?
No.
Okay, he's a dumbass, is what you said.
Yes.
Real quick, then we'll get because we're gonna do more trade stuff in a sec. But
Yeah.
a 5th and a 6th for Za'Darius, first move of the day. I asked the chat, is that a fair value for Za'Darius? And with over 300 votes, 60% said no. Do you agree with the chat? Fair value? Or
I don't know.
not?
What did you think he was going to get
If
for
they
him?
could have gotten more, they would have gotten more.
But here's the thing.
What do you price him at? 4?
I mean,
G, real quick. Jeremy Fowler tweeted the Browns initially wanted a 4, couldn't get a 4. So they
you
settled
can't
for
even
a
really
5
say a
and 6.
sixth because they're just moving up from the 7th
Right.
to the 6th.
I'm just saying,
The
Jeremy
fi-
Fowler.
They got a 5th. is
Jeremy
what they
Fowler
really got.
tweeted they wanted a 4th, couldn't get that, so they settled for a
So here's my thing. They between a rock and a hard place. The Lions don't want to give up for Za'Darius Smith. Well, Aiden Hutchinson is out.
Yeah.
So take it or leave it. We don't care. We'll let him sit on our roster. I'm not going like at some
Right.
point you got to pay a little hardball. But
Yeah.
does it really make a difference? The bad part is no.
No, it's I think whatever you can get for a guy is whatever. I mean, he didn't have. He's an older player who's playing pretty well. I don't know, you know.
This was his best. He was going.
I would've
If
thought
you
they-
was going to move off of him, this was the time because I didn't
Yeah.
want them to re-sign him to begin. Remember, we talked about
Right,
it.
right,
Like
right.
when they re-signed
Yeah.
him, like he didn't do anything
Right.
last year.
He was
So
playing better.
I agree. So
Yeah.
that's why they was like, we got to
Yeah.
get off of him now.
I thought they could have gotten a 4th, but in the grand scheme of things,
They coulda held
if the
their-
GM's good, you could make something with a 5th round pick. But
maybe they got
haven't.
maybe they just got a good relationship because you absolutely could have put the feet to the fire and said,
Yeah. Well, but
I
the
would have
Lions-
at 259. I would have
Yeah.
said, "What you gonna do?
Yeah.
you gonna
It's a
just
4th
continue
round
to
pick, bro.
Yeah.
And for a good team with a 4th round pick, y'all,
Yeah.
like,
It's a
what
late
is that?
4th round pick.
My
Right.
my thing is, even see Andrew Berry, they don't understand. The longer this season go, you're gonna start thinking about certain things. Like
Yeah.
what pick was Jamari Thrash?
5th?
157, 155.
Wasn't he a
something
fifth?
Like
He was at one.
I don't know.
We heard about him all off season. You got rid of receivers. We still ain't seen him. What's the deal?
he was 156, by the way.
What does that have to do with anything?
What I'm saying is, they are not good at evaluating. If you got rid of a receiver,
Who did they get rid of?
Amari Cooper.
They did well. It's a couple of reasons. One, everything was just not working. First of all,
Okay.
Second of all, they was trying to get rid of him before the season even
I
started.
know that, but
what I'm
G
saying-
does make a point. Why can't Thrash get
Why
any
can't
action?
Why can't he even touch
Over
the field?
who?
I mean, they have
Who?
They got 3 receivers.
Okay, which one is he gonna get it over?
The same receivers that contributed to a 2-7 record.
No, why can't?
Like, what do you mean?
Tyvis,
Like, you
the
can't work
fourth-
him in?
If he's the 4th wide receiver on the team,
When do we go 4 wide?
All the time.
No, we don't.
Wait a
No,
second.
we do not.
Well, wait a
Stop
second.
it.
Wait a
Stop
second.
it.
Hold on.
We talk about empty every week.
yeah, but hold on.
They go
With
empty
tight ends.
with a tight end and a back.
Even
Yeah.
when you have 3 receivers, you don't use the same 3 receivers on
All
every
the
single
time.
play.
Okay, so who's rotating? Who's the guy that's rotating?
Elijah Moore can rotate.
No,
in
I'm
and out.
saying
Who
if
are
you're,
they
say,
using as
if
their
you're
fourth-
saying that they rotate the wide receiver, so you got the 3 starters. So when one of them gets tired and somebody goes in, who's the
been
guys
that role?
coming in?
Has it been? I don't even know who's been in that.
Nobody.
All right, that's my point.
Do we have snap counts for the
That's
Browns game?
my
I'm pulling
point
up,
right
pulling
there.
My point
Was
is.
Thrash even active? I don't even
He's
remember.
active.
Yeah, okay.
I'll look at the report. He's active.
Hey, Kadarius, you brought Kadarius Tony in.
He can't get off. He can't get off P squad. Can't
He on practice squad. Can't
they
you
can
even
elevate him.
see?
They could just elevate him for one game.
This is my problem.
He's like Stonehands from, remember Necessary Roughness? Have you guys seen that movie?
but
Nash has played 11 snaps this season.
This season he's
See,
played
this
11?
but this the
This
thing,
season.
y'all. We're not gonna sit here. If they was killing it in practice, you mean to tell me you think they wouldn't put them in the game?
No, I
Are
don't.
you sick?
No, but that's
I don't.
G's point.
Are
is
you
that he has-
ill? You are ill.
No, I don't believe
you
that-
ain't not sick. You
no,
are ill.
No, I do not believe that they understand who the best people on their team are.
Well,
Because I see Kareem Hunt
You
balling.
can't
Hold
miss
on.
it.
I see Kareem Hunt balling. I see Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, didn't he lead the team in touchdowns last year?
Thank you.
So what are you talking about?
But what I'm
like,
saying
what is Kareem Hunt averaging yards per carry? It's not very good.
Darren
is it?
Smith called me this morning. We had this conversation. He has
Yeah.
111 carries this season. He's averaged 3.7 yards per carry. His
Yeah, it looks
longest
like he
rush is
carries
15
way
yards.
up. Kareem
Hey,
Hunt.
hey, listen. Right now,
You are funny for having that just like that.
here's
McNuggets is really good.
Here's the thing that scares me about the Browns, and this is in general, is that if say for instance they go out and get Travis Hunter, right?
Okay.
Every single playmaker they've ever had, we have had problems with the way they are used. We keep saying, why can't that guy get the ball? Why is this guy not
We
playing?
didn't have
If-
Amari Cooper had 2 great years here.
Hey, what I'm saying is, at the end, what was it?
It was your boy.
At the end,
Jameis Winston got in it, and so
He didn't play with James,
So
did he?
what I'm saying is, if you
So you admitting that your boy was the reason?
no, he was trash too.
Okay.
All I'm saying is this: if you go out and get Travis Hunter, who's gonna say, are you gonna let Travis Hunter play both ways?
Who is?
Oh, somebody will.
not every play.
So-
Nobody's going to play both
I mean,
ways every play.
but they're gonna use him.
They should.
Like these other teams, when the Browns come into town, Malik Neighbors.
Who was the last person that played both ways in the NFL? Deion?
Yeah, but
No, the guy on the Patriots, Deion Branch.
Branch.
No.
Troy Hill.
No,
Not Troy Hill.
Is it-
Troy Brown?
Troy Brown.
Troy Brown.
So
By the way, your boy Sam Hubbard played one offensive snap this past week.
He spent fullback lead.
Yep.
lead up on the
Siaki
goal
Ika
line.
played both ways.
man, you better stop.
Siaki Ika doesn't play either way, Mike.
Y'all sick.
You better stop.
Hey, we're going to get back to the Browns.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a lot more on the trade deadline, but we got to give the Cavs
A
some
lot
love.
more?
because
What else are we going to do? Talk about more trades for 6th round
We are going to
picks?
talk about more trades.
A
Who
lot
will, who
more?
won't be traded. And we're going to get to that after.
Will they
we
trade
talk.
Elijah Moore for a conditional 7th? That's coming up later in the show.
You know,